Hello, everybody. It's Hilary the Princess, the marketing mom. Glad you're able to join me today. So today's training, we're getting into content. And we're specifically talking about content creation, your calendar, and scheduling. And as social media, digital marketing strategist, this is kind of like my playground, okay? And I love to talk to people about it because it's what everybody knows social media is, right? It's the content, it's what you see out there. And if that's what everybody sees out there, then you've got to kind of take care that it is done properly. So when we talk about content creation, I'm going to go through a few things that you need to consider and keep in mind because social media and content go hand in hand. Without the content, you have no social media plan, strategy, anything. Okay. So content creation, make it new and exciting content. And you're probably saying to yourself, there's nothing new in the world, is there? Well, one of the things that is always good is that you can take old content and put a new spin on it. One of the things that a lot of people struggle with is, well, everything has been spoken about in social media. That may be so, but it hasn't been spoken to your audience. So remember that for your audience, it may be new, or the people who are now coming to you, it's new to them. So keep that in mind when you're creating your content and your social, your even your blog content, your video content. Keep that in mind that not everybody has seen it. So yes, you may have heard it a million times. Like, perfect example, I've read Think and Grow Rich at least 7 times, okay? And it's like, am I going to read it an eighth time? Yes, it doesn't matter that I've read it 7 times before. I'm still going to read it another time because I want to continue to absorb and get the juices. Now, when somebody comes to you and says, make new and exciting content, it's new as in you created it today. So it's new. It may be the same thing that you spoke about 365 days ago, but you could put a new spin on it. Okay, you could do something exciting with old content that's new in that you created it today. Okay, make sure it appeals to your audience. Your audience is going to connect with you. Okay, so you want to learn how to do social media, you're going to connect with whoever teaches you about social media. You want to learn about how to lose weight, drinking water, you connect with somebody who gives that solution, drinking water and losing weight. Okay. Make sure that your content that you're creating is for the appropriate platform. Now, as an engineer, I'm always thinking about processes. How do we make it easier? Now, you could create what we call evergreen content that then you can take and create snippets for specific platforms. Every platform is different, and you want to make sure that you're doing what you need to do on each platform. Okay, you don't want to be doing something that's Instagramish, selfie, selfie, selfie on LinkedIn. Okay, that's not LinkedIn is not the selfie culture. Okay, LinkedIn is not the selfie culture. All right, good. So make sure it's relevant to your brand. Now, the thing about content is that you may, when it comes to social media content for your business, think about your business. And a lot of people, they get burnt out trying to find content that's not related to their brand or not related to their industry. It's important that you stay there because that's what you know. So if you're a jeweler or whatever they call them, you're going to be speaking about gold, silver, and all of the other things and where this one was mined and all of these things because that's you. That's what you know. And you could make that exciting because you know about that stuff. Same thing with healthcare. There are people who could talk about healthcare from now until infinity. I can't, okay? It's not. The most I could talk about healthcare is what people have taught me, and that's it, okay? But keep it relevant to your brand, okay? If you are whatever industry you're in, keep it relevant to that, okay? Now make sure it's high quality. When you're starting out, you may not be able to afford the $15,000 lights and all of those fancy things, but try to keep the quality, whether it's content wise or whether it's visual wise, very well. And I mean, last week I shared, a week before, I can't remember when, but I shared some tools, social media tools that you could use. The video, you could either grab the link, it should come around somewhere. But social media tools that can help you with the quality image of your pictures, of your videos, etc. Really non-expensive tools that you could use today. 15 years ago, yeah, you probably needed to be a millionaire to do social media right. Okay. The other thing is not too many, but not too few. Okay. So when it comes to your content, you want to make sure that you've got content out there, but you're not going to saturate the market, because that does two things for you. If you are a solopreneur and you're doing this all on your own and you don't have a team, or you don't have the luxury of a team to just say, shoot this video and then we'll take care of the rest. Okay. You've got to do everything. So you don't want to do too much of it. All right. That's very important when it comes to the content creation. Right. Now for your calendar, content calendar and content scheduling. I've shared this before. My go-to scheduler is CoSchedule. Why? Because it integrates everything, your blogs, your social platforms, everything. Okay. And that's where your content is. It's your video, your blogs, and then you share it out from your hub. Your hub is your website. And that's why I love CoSchedule, because they focus on your content is you, and then we're going to distribute it. Okay. And we're going to manage the process. We're going to help you plan it. So what's very important when it comes to content calendars and scheduling is that you have a plan. So engineer hat coming on, all right, you've got to have a plan and you've got to do it in advance. So one of the things that I always recommend, at minimum, if you cannot plan out a month's content, at minimum plan out a week at a time. It's vital that you do that. And if you can do 2 weeks ahead, then what you're doing is you're on a kind of a rotation and you're able to do this week and then, 1 week at a time, but at least you've got a 2 weeks ahead. Not only do you plan it and prepare it, but you schedule it ahead of time. Okay. You don't want to forget holidays, seasonal events. Now, if you're a person who just wants to be neutral, okay, I love my Christmas, and Christmas for me ends February 2nd, Feast of the Bath presentation. So anyway, but you want to be mindful of all of the seasons, festivals, holidays, all of those things in your social media. And the reality is you either do it or you don't do it. Because on social media, you want to share and show people what you celebrate. Okay. Um, so that's one thing. And I said schedule your posts, schedule them ahead of time. Um, Peak times, as we shared in another training video, and you want to focus on your social content leads. um, if you do this, you want doing all of this planning helps you lead to better content, because what you're doing is you're planning ahead and you're like, oh, okay, that's a good idea and that's a good idea. Okay. So as you start creating your content, it's going to lead to better content. Okay. So that's it for today's training. I know this one was a little longer than normal, but I kind of covered a lot. We're talking about content creation, social media content creation, the content calendar, and then your scheduling. And my go-to calendar, as I said, is CoSchedule. If you want to learn more about that, I could always jump on a call with you, book a strategy session. And if you want a free social media audit, you can also click the link in the description of this video. Okay, so have a great day and I will see you on the next training.